Well, this lady's house was robbed, and then the cops came in, saw the 3-month-old 10-pound baby, and now you got the state in on her and all kinds of problems. So we'll see. Jesus criminy. This is what you get out there, guys. These are sad cases. Like yesterday or the day before, you were in here right when we got the news of a 22-year-old stroke. I mean, this is just, it's what we're facing. So I suggest that those of you that are doing the squabbling, get unsquabbled, and let's get serious about getting people well. We've got a lot of work to do here. There's a lot of sick people on this planet. So we need to work together, get past some of these mind hiccups and all these things, and lay that mind aside, and let's go down the road with what works. Quit reading all the books and getting confused about yourself, about all this, or you'll lead you nowhere. You'll get a stalemate. What are dry fingertips a sign of? I get that a lot and think it's related to stress, both from food and otherwise. Well, this is cool. Listen, cool. Well, I mean, this is all toxicity. This is all, whenever you see drying, that's acidosis. Acids dry, dehydrate. So either you've washed your hands with something too much, you see that in nursing a lot, and then the lotions. A lot of women are always putting lotions on their hands to keep them soft. Wrong way. If you put anything on your hands, make sure you can drink it, because basically you are. And so this has been the problem. And people that lymph systems can't clean those chemicals out even when you're washing your hands. Remember, your largest cells here are in your hands and your feet. What you put on is guaranteed to absorb in. And after a while, you'll see some people start cracking and bleeding in their hands. They've super clogged the lymph system in the lower extremities, and if there's compromise, which most of us are in certain degrees, moving lymph, then that's just going to hang around and hang around and hang around, and then you start to see the cracking and the dryness and etc., etc. But move those lymphs. Move those lymphs. That's fruit and that's herbs, in my opinion. In my opinion. Oliver World, I have a question for you. A childhood friend of mine had a terrible shock about a week ago. Her daughter was in around 14. Oh my God. Her daughter, who is around 14, fell off a... Oh, I think I addressed this and broke her neck. Yeah, I did address this. She's in the hospital and still has a breathing tube. Yep. She has regained feeling down to her toes. Yeah, this is good, because you'll be able to get her back. You'll be able to get her back. She's 14. They're in a growth stage. This is also where you would use the ultimate immune formula. After about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month on a detox, you could add the ultimate immune formula. This is the antler and the ginsengs. But at first, I'd go up here with brain and nerve and the upper circulation formulas. At the same time, you want to move all that trauma out, move that lymph, get those kidneys, and get those adrenal glands up and going. Very important for the steroids. We need those steroids to help the healing process. And if she has weak steroids, she might not heal as well. My question is this. If she eats a typical omnivorous diet, will the herbs help her to regain movement? I tell you what, I certainly wouldn't stop using the herbs, or I would start using them no matter what her diet is. With a broken neck like that? But she needs to get off the omnivorous diet, get away from the proteins. Look at the, and everybody on the proteins, look at the experiment Arnold Ehret offered. And I challenge every one of you to try to get to that level. Get to the level where your body's so pure on a fruitarian level of cleaning and everything that you can cut yourself and you don't bleed. And you don't notice it's healed up within a few days or a day. Then just start eating a bunch of meat for about a week or two, and then try cutting yourself and try doing it. If meat's so healthy, see what happens. See what your experience is going to be. I guarantee you'll have the same experience Ehret, myself, and probably many others have experienced doing this. If it was so healthy, why would you experience more pain, more pus, and take a lot longer to heal when all on fruit, you didn't feel it, it didn't bleed, and it healed the next day? If you're in healing, it is obvious which direction you're going to go in. You don't need to read a book about it. But I think I've covered this in another video here. But if I haven't, boy, I'd hit the Bones formula on this one. I would definitely get the upper circ, brain, and nerve. Really tear into this case in terms of moving lymph. I would pump this one with greens as well, though. With her, I would use some greens. Now, if she's a neurological case, that might hold her back. You definitely want high-level fruits, berries, and melons. If she's neurologically compromised at all, and she doesn't pull out of it, an omnivorous diet will never allow her to pull out of it. She'll never pull out of it. So she really, if she's getting nerve suppression from that, or damage to the nervous system, the fruit's the only way, bro. I've had a lot of years of this, and just tell you this. Oliver World, I love your videos. Oh, thank you so much. I wish the entire world could be so enlightened. Me too. Sure make a more fun place, wouldn't it? Today at the supermarket, but then we wouldn't have the YouTube site, and we wouldn't have this much fun. Today at the supermarket, the cashier noticed that I'd been buying a lot of fruit. Ah, see what I mean? You didn't say a word. This cashier goes, well, look, you're buying it's just, when you go to your grocery store, walk back to your produce section and quit thinking and just scan the produce section with observation, with your attention. Just scan and look at all the color. Step back and just look at all the energy coming from all those fruits and vegetables. Look at the energy in the air. See if you can see the auric look. See if you can look at all the beautiful fruits. Don't look at each one specifically. Look at it as a whole and look at the power and the beauty as opposed to the rest of the store. So people naturally go, oh, I just do the same thing. I'm always buying tons of fruits and stuff, and except I buy meat once in a while for the dog. And I get down to the counter, and I get this organic meat at this counter, sliced meat and stuff, and because my dog very finicky. And the lady says, oh, here, have a pound. No, I don't eat meat. Well, I said, this is for my dog. Your dog eats this? I said, my dog eats this. But I pull up with lots of fruits, and the cashiers are always going, wow. It turns on the mind, it turns on the spirituality, it turns on the awareness. So look at that. You know, we all want to eat better. We know intuitively what's right. The mind has clouded our intuitiveness out. So I told her that I was pretty much all we'd been eating, and she said, just make sure you get your protein or your muscles will turn to water. I just can't wait till someone asks me that one. Really, another friend of my husband told him to let me do what I wanted, but get some meat into my kids. They need their protein. Yeah, you don't have to have it, but your kids should. Yeah, I love that one. It's like the primate. I don't eat meat as the adult, but my baby should go out and eat on some kind of dead zebra over there until they get so big, and then we'll get them off of that crap. If I took my kid to McDonald's or Taco Bell every night, no one would say anything. That's right. That's right. In fact, some of my friends do this, and I consider it child abuse. Well, that's about the truth. In one way of thinking, you feeding your child mac and cheese and meats and milks, it's child abuse. It really is, because what you're doing to your children, you have no clue to what's... And people bitching about no money and medical expenses, who you're going to be living with. Those people are probably going to go to the medical world first. And these poor babies, I feel sorry for those souls. They're the ones that have no control right now, and they have to take what they get from the parents. That's why you guys are so very important out there. I think you're understanding this, how important each and every one of you are to the growth of this planet and this level of creation. I can't overemphasize the beauty that all of you hold and the need all of you have to turn on that light of yours and to help people with this, because it's just unawareness. They just don't know. And all the commercials they trust, look, Taco Bell's everywhere. It can't be all that bad. Little corn, little lettuce, tomatoes, you know. But I've never considered telling them what to feed their family. As soon as you do something different and healthy, everyone is worried you won't get enough nutrients. What a crazy world. I'll second that. It is. And the more aware you guys get, whew, we'll have better conversations. This is Divine Kitchen. Ooh, I like that name. Divine Kitchen. I like anything with divine in it. You know, because I love the divine. The divine is divine. Hi, Doc. I got in touch with you a while ago, and you kindly replied with some excellent advice. Oh, thanks. About my fingers and the lymph problem. I was experiencing numbness, bruising on my nails, etc. I remember that question. I am a guitar player. Yeah, I thought I was. Did you guys watch American Idol last night? I say the two men will be left standing, even though all three deserve to win. I think Philip in his uniqueness, I would buy his album. I think the black guy is unreal. I think he's the next James Brown. He's the next, I mean, he's just blowing out the water. Perhaps he will bring R&B back. I know completely what he was saying there. But to see that drummer, they hired that drummer. I knew they would. He's a butt-kicking drummer, boy. Anyway, I am a guitar player. I thought I had healed my ulcerative colitis, but fingers got worse in the cold and bruised nails became infected, and not enough drainage in hands made it didn't heal so hard to be let. Well, here's the thing. It could take you a while to get yourself back to Wellville. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated, because, again, ulcerative colitis, you're burning from the inside out. Nothing ever good comes of that, my friend. You need to get that lymph moving in the GI tract. Get the lymph moving in your fingers. You've got to get your lymph moving. So you've got to work on your kidneys and adrenals, tear off, get into these GI formulas, the lymphatic capsules and stuff like that, like we've been talking about, and really get that all. Make sure that ulcerative colitis is gone, way gone. This is why I say push this way beyond your symptoms being gone, way beyond that, to where they'll never come back, because there's nothing to come back. You've gotten rid of all of that. And I think that's what you have to do. If not, things come creeping back when you don't do the do. You see that every time. But when you get that and you clean that up, your cancers will never come back. Your tumors will never come back. Nothing will come back, because there's no reason to come back. You've got to correct this. And it seems to me that you haven't got enough time and done this enough to get this out. Cold is alkaline. It's always going to bring detox symptoms out. Now it's still not really healing and looking like ulceration of finger. It's bad. Well, you've really got some heavy lymphatic things here. Oh, man. He's talking about scleroderma. I have never failed to take a scleroderma case with our health programs and totally get rid of it. On the other hand, for those that don't understand scleroderma,